Still sane, Doctor? Arknights, throughout its events, usually comes along with unique game mechanics to keep its special stages fun and interesting and challenging. So, with that being said though, let's take a look at the special event mechanics in the Mansfield break event. In this event, the enemies will be shackled when they first enter the stage. And with their shackles around their neck there, they are white at the very start. But as soon as they attack enough times against your operators, they will be able to be freed from those shackles and gain additional attributes that can make normally really easy enemies to defeat all of a sudden a potential major threat to your front line. And when the shackles are blinking, that is when the next attack is when they will be freed. And when they are freed, for an example, the first basic enemy will gain higher attack and attack speed. But there is a solution to, if they get freed, you can use these imprisonment devices to imprison them as well as stun them for a number of seconds. But you have to keep in mind that each one of these can be targeted by some of the different enemies, especially if they're freed already and they have a limited number of hit points. So it is imperative that you try to protect these as well as you can. So some examples of the different attributes that enemies can get on these stages is that the first enemy, the ordinary prisoner, gains additional attack. The sniper prisoner, after being freed, makes it so that he deals arts damage. This is very important because, of course, many operators that have high defense don't have any inherent resistance. The pugilist, or brawler as it's simply called, ignores defense. So you can really see on some of these that if you don't keep in mind how many attacks that they're doing, especially with the brawler doing high attack speed, can melt your defenders extremely easily. And then the prisoner doesn't even attack unless he's freed, so take advantage of that. So all of this sounds really fine and dandy as being simple as just defeat the enemies before they attack enough times, which is ideal, but the hardened criminal allows all the enemies on the field to be freed if you allow him to free himself. So that is where the challenge comes in, of certain enemies can free all other enemies on the field, and all of a sudden you lose control over the stage, and all of these weak enemies all of a sudden start doing significant damage to your operators. So let's look at an example.
Mission accomplished.
So on that stage, as you saw there, that the hardened criminal, since I did not kill him fast enough, that allowed all of the casters as well as the archers to become a significant problem for my front line, and if I did not have as high of level operators, that could have definitely gone pear-shaped fast. So, and a brief mention is also for the boss of the event, Jesselton Williams. He has 2 different forms, and when he changes forms, as in you defeat his first health bar, he frees all of the enemies as well. So in these, it's mainly trying to crowd control the various enemies that can free all of the other enemies, as well as trying to keep the ones that are especially problematic from dealing enough attacks to free themselves. So that is definitely what I liked about this event, and surprisingly most people found Jesselton Williams to be a very easy boss. To some extent, I do agree, but if you aren't prepared for when he goes into executioner mode, he does very high physical damage, so if you can't defeat him fast, then he can be a big problem. So with that, that is the Mansfield Break event mechanics. And the primary goal with these is to, well, there's only 3 hours remaining as of recording this, of this event remaining, so if you miss this event and you want to know what some of these mechanics that you might have missed and look forward to a rerun or something along those lines, then you can get an idea of what to face without looking for dedicated videos on certain stages, which you can do that as well. But that is my goal with these. So with that, thank you very much for watching and have a wonderful day.